What you have before you today represents the next phase of that monumental work. My office, along with Council Member Soto-Martinez, have each committed $1 million from our discretionary funds to expand this effort. The next round of GPI will provide $1,000 per month for 2 years to transitional age youth and survivors of intimate partner violence. These groups were carefully chosen based on the findings from independent research institutions that evaluated our first program. The data showed that these populations were among the most vulnerable and also saw the greatest positive outcomes. This would not have been possible without the leadership and dedication of the Community Investment Families Department and their fearless leader, Abigail Marquez. We are deeply grateful for their continued commitment to uplifting families and preventing homelessness. And colleagues, I ask for your aye vote on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Soto-Martinez.
Yes. Thank you so much, Council President. And thank you so much, Councilmember Price, for giving a brief summary of some of the work that was done before I got here. And let me just say it's been wonderful to build off of that work, and I'm very happy to partner with you on this issue. And you know, this motion is about continuing an incredibly successful guaranteed basic income program, as Councilmember Price mentioned, is one of the largest in the country. In 2022 and 2023, a group of low-income Angelenos were given $1,000 a month for 12 months with no strings attached, and we saw life-changing results. Families were able to put food on the table. Workers finally had the flexibility to leave dead-end jobs and have economic movement to a better job. And something that gave me a lot of hope was survivors of intimate partner violence were finally able to leave those abusive relationships because they had the means to do it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Soto-Martinez. And another bit of praise for Councilmember Price for bringing this to the city of Los Angeles. This program was pioneered by Mayor Tubbs in Stockton, California. They had incredible results here. Our program was much bigger. I was happy to be able to participate in it in the first go round that we did. And in addition to all the things that Mr. Price and Mr. Soto-Martinez pointed out, the other thing that we sought to measure in the study was the effect on the neighborhood that we invested in. Because you invest in one family in a neighborhood, we all know one family, one household on a block can make a difference for that whole block. And one block can make a difference for a neighborhood. And so we noticed that community violence, which we all pay for in our public safety budget, which takes up nearly 2/3 of our budget, it reduces the strain on those resources when we invest in those families. And we saw that here in a very clear way. In addition to the fact, the number one thing people did was either stop their dead-end job and took a class or got a certification to allow them to get a better job. We know that the people, and this is not rocket science at all, the people with the best quality of life in our society are the people who have economic security. It's not complicated at all. And so to the extent that we can provide that to people, I think we do better as, not just for those families and those individuals, but we do better as a city, as a community, and as a neighborhood. So thank you both, and I join you in requesting an aye vote in this item. Seeing no other comments on this, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
All right, and now we'll go to public comment.
Due to the refusal of any accountability, transparency, cruel and unusual punishment, and the lack of any decency at all of the juvenile detention centers and men's central jail need to be closed immediately. To further get rid of the California Peace Officers Bill of Rights, it protects lewd and abusive cops and is a threat to our neighborhoods.
Hi, my name is Jessica Melendez with Trust South LA from District 9. This year, Los Angeles has been hit by several disasters, from the devastating wildfires to the ongoing terrorizing and kidnapping of Angelenos, which, undocumented or not, they deserve protections at such a critical moment. As a result of these disasters, low-income workers have lost their jobs, making them more economically insecure and closer to eviction and homelessness. I also see that you all have raised the Olympic flags. A reminder that all eyes will be on the city of LA in the coming years. They already are, but what about us, right? What about your constituents? Without fair renter laws, LA will continue to see rising homelessness, overcrowding, and economic strain on working and middle-class families. I urge the City Council to adopt Keep LA Housed demands for the RSO formula, rent increases based on 60% CPI all items, a cap of 3% and no floor, no rent banking, and no bumps for utilities and additional occupants.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Hernandez. And first of all, I would like for all of you guys to stop having side conversations and pay attention because
Speaker, are you here for general public comment?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 1 minute, sorry. And just before you start
My
our time,
time keeps
just
running.
if you're here just for general public comment, it is helpful if you let us know which items you're here for. Once we know, we will set the time. Go ahead, sorry, you have 1 minute for general public comment.
My name is Elizabeth Hernandez, and please, I'm asking you guys to stop having side conversations because everyone here is taking time from their family, from their jobs, from their daily life for you guys to listen to them. And we want you guys to bring the large scale formula and adopt it and vote on it. The residents of LA needs it. And on the side, please, I want to talk to Mr. Curran Price. We have not heard from your office. How many more children it has to die? How many more accidents do we have to have at Vernon and Wadsworth? We've been trying to reach out to your office. We had a meeting on the 4th. Nobody from your office happened to show up to our meeting. I don't know what's going on with your staff. They're ignoring our calls. They're ignoring our community. Community has been calling directly to your office. We had collector signatures. We had door knock everywhere around the neighborhood. We've been in the farmers market outside your office, and we have no response. Please reach out back to ACE and the education chapter. Thank you.
So before the next speaker begins, we appreciate your patience. I expect us or suspect that we will hear some highly offensive comments. The quickest way to get through it is to not disrupt this public comment. After the next speaker finishes, then they will not be allowed to speak during the rest of the meeting. Good morning, Mr. Herman. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Impermissible prior restraint for the record.
So would you like to begin with your general public comment, or do you want to speak to the items?
No hassle. I'm going through all
Then
items.
please
and
stick to the
non-agenda
items for
public
your
comment.
first 3 minutes. Go ahead.
In Mulholland Drive, we are building a fence like Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done America a good thing by providing Mulholland Highway under Hollywood sign in Council District CD4 to prevent the crisis on illegal activity, illegal criminals, and illegal homelessness, ramen noodle. And then I look at item number 1 in Council District 9 and 13. Fuck the fire.
So item number 1 is not open for public comment. Public comment was previously held at committee.
Number 6. Number 6 talks about weed abatement. And many of us already know that smoking weed is good for you. And cleaning up after you smoke a blunt like Smoking Scan.
So this has nothing to do with the item on the agenda. You have been
It's
warned
item
previously to
CB7.
stick to the agendas. It is about weed abatement. You have now forfeited your comment on the items. Move to general public comment. You've been warned
Item
multiple
number
times.
14,
You have
just
1 minute
say
for general public comment.
So now we see that the United States under Brandenburg versus Ohio. Get ready, everybody. Brandenburg versus Ohio for the record. Yes, it's very well noted that the courts, and this is a Supreme Court decision based on not racial dog-eating Korean attorney. This is about Koreans that eat dog, that don't understand the dog language that I'm about to say for the
So
record.
this is your general public comment, but the Brown Act does not allow you to be repetitive.
Shut the fuck up. I'm on the clock. I'm on the clock. I'm on the fucking clock. Shut the fuck up. Now, the significant portions that could be understood were How far is the nigger going to yeah? US 395 444 1969, everybody. And here it is for the record.
Mr. Herman, we're going to hold your time. You were previously warned for using the N-word in any of its variations, which is a violation of Council Rule 7. You continued to use the N-word. You actually disrupted this meeting, and I've had to stop the meeting to warn you to not violate Rule 7. You have forfeited your speaking time. If you disrupt the meeting again, you will be subject to removal.
And again, thank you everyone for your patience. Next speaker.
Hello, my name is Sofia Mendoza, and I'm going to give public comment. Tiene un minuto, señora.
Soy miembro de ACE y vivo en el Distrito 9.
I'm a member of ACE living in District 9.
Las continuas redadas federales de inmigración y los drásticos recortes de presupuesto federal para familias de bajos ingresos
The increasing ICE raids due to on behalf of the federal government and the budget constraints on lower income people. Continúe.
han agravado significativamente esta crisis.
Have made this crisis even more grave.
Si bien la ciudad debería estar tomando muchas medidas para estabilizar a los inquilinos ahora mismo,
The city should be taking as many measures as possible to stabilize the citizens right now.
una acción concreta que el Consejo debe tomar ahora mismo es actualizar la fórmula de aumento de renta del ARSO para que no suba la renta más del 3 sin límite mínimo.
So one of the things that the city should be doing is adopting the LARSO ordinance so that the rent is capped at no more than 3%.
Les pido a los concejales del Sur Central que voten sí a estas medidas porque hemos llamado mandándoles correos y no responden a nuestros correos ni a nuestras llamadas. Sí.
We are asking specifically the South Central representatives to approve this because we've been calling you, we've been emailing you, and you won't answer.
Les pido que pongan esta medida del ARSO ya en la agenda, por favor.
We're
Gracias.
asking you to put this LARSO measurement in the agenda now, please. Thank you.
Si bien la ciudad debería estar tomando muchas medidas para estabilizar a los inquilinos ahora mismo, una acción concreta que el Consejo debe tomar ahora mismo es actualizar la fórmula de aumento de renta del ARSO para que no suba la renta más del 3% límite mínimo. Ay, por favor. Necesito traducción.
The city needs to take measures to stabilize the renters. And one of those measures that the city can take is by approving the LARSO rent cap at 3%.
Por favor, se les pide, por favor, porque yo como madre de bajos recursos, mi nombre es Dominga Solórzano y vivo en el Distrito 9 y soy miembro de ACE. Y por favor les pido porque yo como persona de bajos recursos me impacta al saber que suba la renta si mi esposo tiene muy bajos recursos.
I'm asking you as a mother, as a low-income mother, tenant of District 9, I'm asking you please to put this on the agenda because I am being very impacted. My husband is low income as well.
Sí, me siento muy nerviosa porque mi esposo también es de pocas horas de trabajo y estoy muy impactada por todo esto que vaya a suceder con nosotros.
I'm very impacted and very anxious with everything that could happen as both me and my husband are low income.
Good morning. My name is Maria Briones, and I'm a proud member of ACE. First thing is that we need to agendize LARSO. ASAP, not tomorrow, not next year. It is very urgent that we get the rent cap to 3%. We'll keep it that way because landlords have benefited for years and years and years and years. It's almost 40 years that hasn't changed. And we, the tenants, have no profit at all. We cannot continue doing this. We have to stop it. We have to, at some time, level, the situation between the tenants and the landlords. It's only the big corporations that are paying your seats right here, your votes. No, right? Or yes, maybe yes. So it is important that you guys pay attention to what the tenants are asking. We are not asking for something that is trivial or something that we cannot do. You can do it. Thank you.
Pues yo soy una persona ya de la edad que tengo y como ustedes sabrán todo el problema que hay ahora para poder trabajar.
Well, I am an older person, and as you guys know, there's a lot of difficulty in being able to work.
Estoy enferma, pero más sin embargo así he luchado trabajar para sobrevivir.
I am ill, but as you know, I am still fighting to be able to work, to be able to survive.
Pero el problema es que ahorita no se puede sacar ni para la renta.
But the problem is that right now you can't even make ends meet to afford rent.
Y pues uno quiere tratar de hacer lo mejor de trabajar, pero no se puede.
And you want to do the best you can, working as hard as you can, but it's just not possible.
Pedimos que por favor apoyen a la campaña Larso
We're asking you to please support the LARSO campaign
para actualizar la fórmula de aumento de renta de Larso para que suba la renta más del 3% sin límite mínimo.
to update the LARSO formula to cap the rent at 3% with no floor.
My name is Peter. I'm here to speak on RSO and the need for greater rent control. Los Angeles is a city of renters where people's ability to live in RSO rent-controlled apartments is the only thing keeping a roof over their heads. In a city where nearly 100,000 people receive eviction notices over the last year, indexing RSO increases to 60% CPI and creating a 3% hard cap on rent increases is essential to prevent thousands of more people being pushed onto the streets of this city. We need adoption of the LARSO rent cap now. Thank you.
Estoy aquí para pedirles de un favor para todos los que estamos aquí presentes y las personas ausentes que son de bajos recursos.
I am here as a senior citizen, as a person here asking you guys for a favor for everyone that is here and everyone that was not able to be present, for people of lower income.
Si bien la ciudad debería estar tomando muchas medidas para estabilizar a los inquilinos, ahora mismo una acción concreta que el Consejo debe tomar ahora mismo es actualizar la fórmula de aumento de renta de la LARSO para que no suba la renta más del 3%.
The city should be taking steps to stabilize the tenants, and one of the concrete ways that the city can do that is by adopting the LARSO formula and capping the rent at 3%.
Por lo mismo, soy miembro del ICE y ellos los están apoyando para que no suban la renta en el Distrito 8 y les agradezco por su apoyo a todos los integrantes que están aquí escuchando nuestra voz.
And I am a member of ACE, and I live in District 8, and they are here to support us, and so I'm giving thanks to all of the people that have arrived here to lend us support.
Sí, actualizar la fórmula de
Speaker, your
aumento
time has
de
expired.
renta es la lapso de
Eh,
para que
Oradora, su
suba.
tiempo se le ha expirado.
Para que no suba la renta
So
más del 3%.
we have to move on to the next
Gracias.
Please
speaker.
cap the rent at 3%.
Okay,
Gracias.
Amén.
Thank you very much, City Attorney Smoking Scan. Start with item number 21. 一不叫你又来呀，二不叫你愁啊，三不叫你穿错了小妹妹的花兜兜啊，小妹妹的兜兜本是一对金锁链儿啊，情郎哥的兜兜把你把它镀金钩啊，小妹妹送我的郎呀，就送到了大门东啊。Item number 22。偏赶上这个老天爷下雨又刮风啊，刮风不如下点儿小雨儿好啊，下小雨儿留我的郎多待上几分钟啊，小妹妹送我的郎呀，就送到了大门南呐，顺腰中我就掏出来2块大银元呐，这银元给我的郎买上一张火车票啊，这银元给我的郎买上一根中华烟呐。Item number 23， 小妹妹送我的郎呀，就送到了大门西呀，一抬头我就瞧见了有一个卖梨的呀，我有心给我的郎买上梨2颗呀，又想起身子虚，吃不得那2东西呀，小妹妹送我的郎呀，就送到了大门北呀，一抬头我就瞧见了王八驮石碑呀，若问这王八犯了什么罪呀，只因为
General
他
public comment.
说相声桌子挡住了腿呀。Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, my friend from Smoking Scan, Dana, texted me last night that she will not eat a Brazilian barbecue with me unless I wear my shirt. She sent me tonight. She sent me last night, so I'm wearing the shirt right here. So yes, I would like to inform everybody that Los Angeles continue to having a homeless crisis, and Los Angeles continue to have public corruption issues. That is the reason why that we need to replace the council member in Council District 1. That is the reason why that my friend Dana continue to vote for Spindler, continue to love Spindler, but Dana never likes me. But that is okay. We're gonna make sure every single Smoking Scan family member, every single Dana out there, let's make sure we're gonna tell our friend, spread the rumor, spread the news. We're gonna elect Spindler for 2026 Council District 1. Spindler, let's go.
Hi, City Council. My name is Brendan, and I'm a resident here in Council District 14. And I'm here in support of the Keep LA House Coalition's demands for LARSA reform, specifically to lower the allowable range of rent increase from 3 to 8% down to 0 to 3%, and to get rid of the additional utility and new occupant bumps. You know, when we look at the fires, we look at the ice raids, it really becomes apparent that the only groups who are actively looking out for the community are the communities themselves. And so especially in the context of the ICE raids and the LARSA reform and your inaction on both of those fronts, it really begs the question whether or not you truly believe yourselves to be representatives of the people, or if you're content to, according to Kenneth Mejia, rake in a nearly $250,000 salary and act as, in effect, aristocrats in waiting, trying not to disrupt the status quo that has benefited your wealthy donors so much. Thank you.
My name is Sakivu Hutchinson. I'm with the Women's Leadership Project and the Standing for Black Girls Coalition based in CD8. I appreciate that the council is providing dedicated income to intimate partner violence survivors. However, we demand that you go further to ensure that Black women and girls are prioritized in the allocation of this funding. It has been over 2 years since the City Human Rights Department released a report indicating that Black women are grossly overrepresented in sexual and domestic violence victims, as well as those who are murdered and missing. While the council and Mayor Bass have been proactive about protecting other vulnerable communities, Black women and girls are the least protected and the most brutalized in LA. Our dead bodies are literally on the line in this epidemic of Black femicide that extends from South LA across the nation. So Councilmember Harris-Dawson, we are asking again that you stand for Black girls and work with the community utilizing all those Destination Crenshaw millions to create a safe youth space in honor of 16-year-old CD8 murder victim Tiana Diaz that provides prevention education services and programming for Black women, girls, and queer youth. Stand for Black girls and prioritize our lives. Put your money where your damn mouth is.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Pablo. I live in District 9. June of 6, 2025, I was arrested by immigration at my workplace, and I held it a month and 3 days. So I don't wish this to anyone affected in my housing. Like many others, we also here in the homes and low income. I cannot work at the moment. I have a bracelet in my foot. We need to cover rent bills. So we're asking for your support because how we affected we are. We asked that a more fair formula. The rent increased. Many of us who were affected and low income people cannot cover this expense. And we also we ask that for you schedule will support the rent control campaigning from 0% maximum 3%. Maximum increases. This is the time for consulting the updated rent increase formula to better protect teenagers and promote housing stability. Los Angeles cannot claim to be sanctuary city of its
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
True sanctuary means keeping the people in.
So, Speaker, we have to move on to the next speaker. And as the next speaker is coming up, so members of the audience, the Brown Act requires us to treat everybody equally, so it's not that we don't want to hear from you, it's just we have to adhere very closely to the amount of time prescribed in the council rules. If for any reason you are unable to finish your public comment, or if we run out of time to hear from you today, you can always come to a future meeting. You can also provide written public comment at lacouncil.com. Again, that's lacouncil.com. That URL is at the top of every council agenda, and I'm told that you do not need a council file number to provide general public comment. So,
gracias. Vengo aquí, yo soy víctima de la redada. Yo estuve detenido 6 semanas en Adelanto, California, y ahorita estoy preocupado por lo que me ha afectado, por la renta, por la comida, no puedo trabajar y tengo un griete en los pies.
Un momento. Thank you. I'm here because I am a victim of the raids. I was detained for 6 weeks in Adelanto, California, and now I'm concerned about the other effects that I'm facing. I have to pay my rent, I have to buy food, and I can't work because I have an ankle bracelet.
Y estoy aquí para que ustedes me apoyen. Yo soy miembro de la organización ACE.
And I'm here for your support, for you to support us. I am a member of ACE.
Y eso lo que nos pasó es algo horrible y no deseamos a nadie. Y yo soy del sector 9 y vengo por mis bajos recursos, no tengo cómo mantenerme, no puedo trabajar ahora y necesito apoyo a toda la persona como yo.
And what has happened to us is horrible, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I am a resident of District 9, and I'm low income, and I don't have enough money to be able to support myself, and unfortunately, I'm not able to work. So I need your help, I need your support.
Gracias. Es
Thank
todo.
you. That's it.
Vengo del Distrito 14, también vengo con apoyo en la organización ACE.
I am a resident of District 14, and I come here with, in support of ACE.
También vengo con la problemática de las rentas. Les estamos pidiendo que las rentas no suban más.
And I'm here to come and talk about the rent situation. And we're all here to ask for the rent to not continue going up.
En ese momento nuestra comunidad está siendo perseguida. En ese momento nuestra comunidad, no todos estamos trabajando.
In our community, we're being attacked and we're being targeted. And not everyone in our community is able to work at this point.
Y ustedes como gobierno están pidiendo, no quieren más gente indigente, pero ustedes mismos están haciendo que este problema sea más grande.
So you as a government are saying you don't want more homeless people, but you're not helping with this problem.
Porque con el aumento de esas rentas, la gente ya no puede pagar más.
Because what's going on is, as the rent continues to increase, you're going to have people who aren't going to be able to pay anymore.
Speaker, your time has expired.
All right, my name is Brian Todega. I live in Council District 15. Hey, Tim. I am a teacher, renter, member of United Teachers of Los Angeles, Working Families Party, and I'm here with ACE. Working families are under attack. Our communities are being raided by ICE. Kids are afraid to come to school, and families are being priced out of the neighborhoods that they've known all their lives. The least City Council can do is adopt the demands of the Keep LA House Coalition, stabilize the rents, keep it at 3%, no rent banking, and no bumps for utilities and additional occupants. Schools are on the front lines of these crises. What happens outside the schools impacts what happens inside. Over 20 students are experiencing homelessness. Not a single first-year teacher, bus driver, cafeteria worker can afford to rent in LA. That's an injustice. It's an injustice. Cap the rent at 3%, keep families together, and protect our most marginalized communities. Thank you.
Public comment, please.
Okay, before you begin, I'm going to ask whoever's yelling out, please do not yell out when somebody's at the podium to provide their public comment. I'm seeing fingers pointing. Is that at the gentleman with the white beard? Okay. So, sir in the white beard and the black T-shirt, this is your first and only warning. Please do not disrupt this meeting. I've heard you yell out multiple times. I'm sorry. So, can you repeat which items? You said general public comment? Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, my name is Amor Jackson. I'm a student at Kendrick High School, and I'm a member of the Standing for Black Girls Coalition. I urge the council, specifically council members Harris-Dawson, Hutt, and McOscar, to create a dedicated funding program for targeted prevention programs, mental health support, and safe spaces in South LA, along with access to affordable and healthy food resources for Black and brown queer youth. As a teenage Black girl, I have struggled to gain access to therapy and affordable food. Too many people of color can afford or gain access to a mental health center or high-quality food and CD8 and CD15. When I go to the store, I shouldn't have to choose processed snacks or overpriced vegetables, or go through a mental breakdown with nowhere to go. Listen to the voices in your community. We deserve better. I urge you to please invest and prioritize our issues now. Thank you.
Yesterday, we met with Johanna in our council president's office, who promised that we would get a meeting with the community and with Keep LA House. So we're hoping that that'll happen ASAP. Also, it's been a year, and we have not heard the position of Council President on LARSO. We need our South Los Angeles Central leaders to stand with us. As you said, I don't know where he is, Marquise Harris-Dawson, you said when something affects one family, it can affect an entire community. You said something like that just a minute ago. So cap the rent at 3%. These rent increases are causing evictions. That causes a 9% increase in homelessness. And we know we're trying to end homelessness in the city. We door knocked and we got petitions signed. We have over 300 petitions signed to cap the rent at 3%. These were small landlords as well as tenants. So we are asking that you agendize this meeting, Nithya Raman and Marquise Harris-Dawson and the community. We need your support right now.
Before the next speaker,
I still have time?
I'd like to call a few more names.
Just so you know, do I still have more time? I have one more minute. Okay, so
If you still have your general public comment. So you have 1 minute for general. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then
General
after
public
which we
comment.
will read out more names. So go ahead.
Okay, where I live in my building, this is causing a lot of problems. One of my neighbors literally just self-evicted. She is just tired of getting the rent increases. It's not gonna help to self-evict. You're gonna go somewhere and end up with another one, and it keeps the cycle going. These LIHTC buildings and these landlords that abuse this system, it's a really big problem. People are suffering, and then with the raids, it's not making it any better. Housing insecurity and food insecurity, and then health insurance insecurity is causing a big problem. Something has to be done. We are expecting our city council. We look to y'all. We look to you. You are our community leaders. We voted you in. We look to you for an answer, for help, for relief from the suffering. It is difficult to watch my neighbors to literally self-evict because they can't afford where they live, so they go move in with a family member. That's called being homeless. Even on somebody's couch is homeless. Thank you.
So, good morning. Before we begin, the gentleman who just stood up in the white beard, this is your second warning. You are now, Madam President, eligible for removal if you would like. Do not disrupt this meeting.
Good morning.
Which items would you like to speak to?
I would like to speak to General Republic.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Adrian Gomez. I live in CD8 and I'm an ACE member. LA is a city of renters and rent is more unaffordable than ever. We need to do more to prevent the homelessness crisis from worsening, especially in the wake of increasing natural disasters and economic uncertainty. Despite months of warnings and a clear economic report showing the formula is unfair to tenants, Council continues to delay a vote to update the city's decades-old rent control rules. As a result, LA renters, many of them low income and immigrants, are stuck with unnecessary rent hikes during both a political crisis and a housing and affordability crisis. We can't let city leaders prioritize landlords and developers over protecting the 60% of Angelenos who rent.
My name is Alma Boating. I am a 17-year-old student at Hamilton High School and a member of the Standing for Black Girls Coalition. I'm deeply concerned about the lack of culturally responsive community responders assigned to handle domestic violence calls. Social norms deem African American women as masculine, strong, and resilient. So in cases of intimate partner violence, they are often dismissed or seen as deserving of their abuse, leading to repeated behaviors by their abusers. The presence of police officers, when caused, often escalates the violence, leading to Black women being arrested and criminalized. This instills the fear that is often already prevalent in Black women who are survivors of domestic violence. Though youth-led coalitions like ours are trying to change the culture over incarceration of disproportionate arrests of Black women, this should be eradicated, and the City Council should allocate funding for gender-based violence and prevention so our communities can thrive. Thank you, and we will be continuing to hold you accountable for Black women and girls.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
All right. First of all, good morning.
And which items would you like to speak to? Good morning.
Mr. Pancake would like to address the city council and speak on general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Black August, 1979. Y'all know the history here in California. My name is Mr. Pancake, housing organizer, Los Angeles Community Action Network, here in Council District 14, native of Los Angeles. As you know, Los Angeles is the 4th largest economy in the world. We should not have, housing challenges that we have, the lack of affordable housing in our city. Here today to urge City Council to adopt, keep LA House demands for rent stabilization ordinance formula. Let's get real, LA. Rent is too what? Supporting affordable housing for all people over profits, and homelessness now.
My name is Joey Mendez, and I am with organization ACE and Education Chapter from District 9. Rent in LA is dangerously high. It's not fair that we, the citizens, are struggling to make ends meet, especially after the raids and fires. They save for rent instead of food for their families. The fires took businesses, and the raids took family members who were the only source of income for their kids. I now address current price. We urge you that you put an actual traffic light on Vernon and Wadsworth, not a hawk light. We have been trying to contact you and your staff for a while. We have not heard from you or anyone since February. The school year is about to begin, and children will use that cross because it's the fastest way to get to Carver Middle School. Drivers are on that street are reckless despite it being a school zone. How many children have to die before we get that light?
Hi everyone, my name is Grace. I'm a community organizer at Lane, and I am a resident of District 1. People are losing their housing all across Los Angeles. We are in the middle of an affordability crisis, let alone the effects of the horrific wildfires earlier this year and immigration raids scaring working families from going outside, and also now federal budget cuts impacting low-income residents the most. People are losing their income streams and get closer to eviction and homelessness every day. I'm urging City Council to adopt Keep LA House demands for RSO formula, rent increases based on 60% CPI, a cap of 3% with no floor, no rent banking, no bumps for utilities and additional occupants. LA is a city of renters, and it is clear that LA is under attack from all sides from a cost of living crisis and federal government overreach. We need to protect our communities by adopting these demands. Our community needs more housing and more rent stabilization laws to prevent homelessness, and the city of LA should uphold its claims of being a sanctuary city to keep people safe in their homes.
All right, yeah, so I'm a community organizer with Scope, a community organization down in South Central Los Angeles. I could say from secondhand and firsthand experience that the rent is ridiculously high. When Mayor Bass first got into office, she said that she declared a state of emergency on the homelessness crisis. That's why we urge the City Council to adopt the Keep LA House demands for the RSO formula. That is a rent increase based off of 60% CPI on all items, a rent cap of 3% with no floor, no rent banking, and no bumps for utilities and additional occupants. Once again, this is a crisis that needs to be addressed. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Maria Jose Leones, and I'm an 18-year-old member of the hashtag Standing for Black Girls Coalition. I'm here to urge the council to distribute funding to create South LA youth serving centers that provide prevention, education, mental health, and leadership initiatives for Black and brown women and girls and LGBTQ plus people of color. We demand that the many empty CD8 and CD15 buildings that surround our community be turned into facilities that can support vulnerable youth and women of color. I live on the border of South Central and Watts. I witnessed the struggle many Black and brown women face due to a lack of resources. Being unhoused can cause instability in the lives of LGBTQ plus youth. I know of friends who fear of coming out to their families because of the threat of becoming homeless. If LGBTQ plus youth can't find support in their homes, these youth serving centers can help support LGBTQ plus youth who are forced to escape their dangerous situations. You were all voted in to serve Angelinos and use taxpayer money to help our communities. You are being watched. Those who do not take action and stay silent, you will be held accountable as election time approaches. Thank you for your time.
Mi nombre es María Sánchez y soy de organización ACE, del Distrito 9.
My name is Maria Sanchez. I'm from District 9 and I'm from the ACE organization.
Les pido al ayuntamiento adoptar las demandas de housekeeping de Los Ángeles para la forma de la RSO.
I am asking the council to adopt the RSO ordinance for Keep LA Housed.
Y también le pido al concejal del Distrito 9, del Distrito 9, que esté pasando con su personal en su oficina. Le hemos hecho invitación a una reunión.
I am also going to ask the representative of District 9 and his personnel to please speak with us. We have been asking for a meeting.
Para la luz del tráfico de la Vernon y la Wadsworth, y no ha respondido cuántas vidas más tendremos que perder para que nos escuchen en esas áreas de esa comunidad.
And this would be regarding the installation of a traffic light on Vernon and Wadsworth. So how many more lives need to be lost until something is done about that?
Gracias, y queremos ver su esfuerzo porque queremos que no pierdamos más vidas y más estudiantes, porque están perdiendo estudiantes en esa área, porque yo también vivo y cruzo en esa área y me ha pasado. Gracias.
So, yes, we're asking you to approve this because we don't want to see any more lives lost, any more students' lives lost. You know, I've had to live through it myself, so thank you so much.
Okay.
No queremos más aumento de renta al 3%.
We don't want another rent increase, cap it at 3%.
Porque el seguro social a nosotros no nos aumenta.
Because we're not getting an increase in Social Security.
Porque si no vamos a ir más gente en la calle.
More of us are going to end up on the streets.
Y Gaby Nioso va a tener la culpa con la gobernadora de acá. Y todos ustedes que no nos ayudan en nada. Gracias.
And you guys are going to be just as much at fault as Gavin Newsom, the governor, if you don't help us. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Tanya Ramon with the Eastside Leads Coalition, and I live in Council District 10. The rent stabilization ordinance is an incredibly important law that helps keep millions of Angelenos stay housed. Rent increases allowed right now are too high and unaffordable for Angelenos who are already struggling to pay rent. Personally, I will not be able to stay home if my rent keeps increasing at the current rate. Because of the immigration raids, my family has been deeply affected and has impacted my ability to meet the cost of our bills, and I'm also the main contributor of my family's rent. I have a younger brother who depends on me and my ability to make rent on time. And my story is just one of many, and I already see my neighbors' belongings piling up across my street, so it's devastating. I urge the City Council to adopt Keep LA Housed demands for the RSO formula, including a rent cap with no floor and no rent banking. Thank you so much.
Mi nombre es Griselda Sánchez.
My name is Griselda Sanchez, and I'm from Chile.
Del Distrito 1.
From District 1.
Mi situación es de hablar de mi hermano que le ha afectado lo de las redadas de migración.
I would like to talk about my brother's situation who has been affected by the ICE raids.
Él no ha podido trabajar, no ha podido pagar la renta ni los biles.
He hasn't been able to work, pay rent, or pay his bills.
Porque él tiene mucho miedo.
Because he's so afraid.
Y pido a ustedes que tomen liderazgo, apoyándonos a mis hermanos y a las demás personas que tienen mucho miedo y que le bajen un poco la renta, que afecten al 3% de la renta, porque le está subiendo demasiado la renta. Él paga el 5% de renta, le ha aumentado demasiado. Así que espero el apoyo de ustedes, que nos escuchen y que nos apoyen. Gracias.
So I'm asking you guys to help families like mine who are living in fear, and I'm helping you also to cap the rent at 3%. He's already paying 5%, and it's too much. It's too difficult. So I'm asking you guys to help us. Thank you so much.
Sí, estoy aquí pidiendo a todos los concejales que actualicen la fórmula del aumento de renta del Larso para que no suban la renta más del 3% sin límite mínimo.
So I'm here asking the members of the council to please update the Larso ordinance to cap the rent at 3% with no floor. Adelante.
En este año, en el edificio donde vivo me han subido 2 veces la renta.
This year, in the building that I live in, they've already raised my rent twice.
Es un edificio de no control de renta.
It's a building without rent control.
Y me subieron $300 de renta.
My rent went up $300.
Soy una persona de bajos recursos, inmigrante.
I am an immigrant and I am a low-income
Y necesito
person.
la ayuda de los concejales para que paren esto, por favor. Gracias.
And I need help from the council to put a stop to this. Thank you very much.
Hi, Mr. Nazarian. My name's Jason. I'm from the North Hollywood Northeast Neighborhood Council. With all due respect, sir, these 4118 ordinances are not the way to solve homelessness in our neighborhood. These are our neighbors, and criminalizing them isn't going to solve anything. I went by these sites, I talked with them. These are just people who are looking for homes. And I talked to several of them, and they've been shuffled around 3 or 4 times already this year, moved from neighborhood to neighborhood. They just want a place to live. You know, a week and a half ago, you broke ground on 100 new tiny homes, and we celebrated that. That was really good work. And that's what we need. You know, we need more places to put people. We don't need to be criminalizing them. So I want to say I'm against this motion of yours. I don't think we should be doing 4118 zones in our neighborhood to our neighbors.
General public
moving on to general public comment. You know, it would be really helpful. You know, you said at that speech when you opened the tiny homes that these tiny homes are just one chapter in our book of fighting homelessness, right? That was your words. You want to end that book? You want to make that book shorter rather than having it keep getting longer and longer? You need to lower the rent. You know, until we lower the rent, until we make living in LA affordable again, we're not going to ever end homelessness. My wife's in a union. I know you've been fighting really hard for the union. She's an IATSE Local 839. They fought really hard for a 3-year contract that only raised over 3 years, they're going to get a 6% raise. Rent in one of these RSO units can go up 5% this year. So they're getting a 6% raise in their wages and getting a 5% raise in 1 year versus 3 years. We need to stop that. We need to cap the rent at 3%. I gave your workers a whole packet about our asks at LARSO. So please, I urge you to vote yes on that.
I'm going to trim my comment down to just general comment, so hopefully you have the reasonableness to at least take one more person's comment here.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so we've got a street banner for the Just Say Hello program. So I guess that's all you're going to do for. But meanwhile, while you have the civil rights campaign promoting civil rights, you've got items 17 and 18, which are 17 and 22, which are 4118 motions, criminalizing homelessness and being hateful towards unhoused people, while you have this apparently campaign where you're going to be combating hate speech, apparently. And then you've got, meanwhile, in this city, you're all excitedly promoting and hosting this event, the Olympics, where they have just recently decided that they're going to discriminate against trans people and trans athletes and not let them participate. So we've got discrimination against trans people. Are any of you going to say anything about that? Any of you?
Thank you. All right, that concludes public comment for this morning's meeting. We're at 11:25. We took 65 minutes of public comment for this morning's meeting. Madam Clerk, what items are available for consideration at this time?
Next would be the item 17.
All right, sergeants, we're going to clear the room.
Okay, so
Council's going to stand in recess, Mr. City Attorney, until we can clear the room. All right, we have one announcement. You could use Mr. Nazarian's desk if you like.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Council President. This morning, Federal Immigration Enforcement conducted a raid at the Westlake Home Depot. The video footage shows agents hiding in the back of an unarmed rental Penske truck and then ambushing and arresting day laborers. We're trying to get confirmation on the numbers, but it appears it was about 10 to 15 people. These are my constituents, human beings, targeted and terrorized with no warrant, no due process, and in clear violation of a federal court order. There is currently a temporary restraining order in place that prohibits indiscriminate immigration enforcement, and still, this administration looks eager to violate that order, due process, and basic human dignity. I'm calling on all Angelenos to assist in ensuring that we can hold the federal government accountable for this transgression. If you witness federal immigration actions and you are safe and able to do so, record the action, and then afterwards, write down or record yourself detailing everything you witness. The sooner you can do this, the better. Please share the video evidence and your contact information with your local city representatives. We are especially interested in videos that are original and not those that have been shared on social media, which will assist the city in our investigation. Let me be clear, your safety comes first, but if you can document what's happening, know that you are helping protect our neighbors and strengthen our case against unlawful federal overreach. We will hold this administration accountable, but we need to do it together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that reminder, and I think all of us saw that video, and so we need to remain vigilant because we're not dealing with an administration that's necessarily going to follow the courts. So thank you for that reminder and that report, Councilmember Hernandez, and with that, we are adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody.